Igbo, and then Hausa. Yeah.
Damn.
What's the one? Who are the smart ones?
I would say Yorubas.
Yoruba. And then who are like the conniving ones?
I can't speak on that.
I can't speak on that.
Yoruba the smartest, and then that's all you need to know.
That's right. Yoruba's like, we're educated, we're going to school. The Hausa are the lazy ones.
According to you.
And then...
James and Fahad's situation has not ended. People are still talking about them. People are still pissed about them. And I feel like this little podcast they did with Andrew is going to ruin them. But then I don't think it's going to ruin them 100. I feel like they will still get the kind of audience that they want. You know, there's some people that have been saying in the last video that I posted that I'm going to unsubscribe from them. I think they are subscribed to them on YouTube. So they were like, they're going to unsubscribe, that they are done with them and all of that. But still, in the comment section of other people, other posts, or the videos that were going viral, people were like, there's nothing wrong with what they said. There's nothing wrong with them. I will still stick to them. In fact, some people were like, I don't even know who these people are, so I'm even going to subscribe. So I feel like they're going to lose people, their core fans, but then they will still gain the new ones. There's a particular clip that is circulating now whereby they kind of talk down on Nigerian because Fahad is from Nigeria and Andrew was asking how many tribes in Nigeria. It was like, he's a Yoruba man, and they were like, okay, who is the smartest? Or he was just asking some kind of silly questions that doesn't make sense, that does not require an answer. Let me roll the clip for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
There's a British way to pronounce your name and an American way.
Tell me how you pronounce it.
Here, I think it would be Fuhad.
No.
They're Fuhad.
Fuhad.
And what do you think Americans would pronounce it?
Yes. Yeah, like he put the Arab in it. For what reason?
I have to be respectful, bro. I have to be respectful. It's my Igbo brother right here.
I'm Yoruba, actually.
I knew he was Yoruba.
He's like 50-50.
No. It was three. What is it? It's Yoruba, Igbo, and then Hausa. Yeah.
Damn.
What's the one? Who are the smart ones?
I would say Yorubas.
Yoruba. And then who are like the conniving ones?
I can't speak on that.
I can't speak on that.
Yoruba the smartest, and then that's all you need to know.
That's right. Yoruba's like, we're educated, we're going to school. The Hausa are the lazy ones.
According to you.
And then, and then what was it?
And there's Igbo.
And then Igbo is what? They're the ones that are always, they got the scams. They're the greatest scammers in history.
According to you, bro.
There's no truth to this at all? What is the stereotype? We're just speaking about like stereotypes.
I would say stereotypically Nigerians as a whole are scammers.
Can I tell you?
I wouldn't.
I've said this before. What my dad told me one time, and this was so like specific, I didn't even think it was racist. He goes, "Let me tell you the two people you don't do business with ever: Nigerians and Ismailis." He didn't say black people and Muslims. He said Nigerians and Ismail, which is like the smallest sect of Islam. He was like, "Never trust them as far as you can throw them." I was like, "What's going on? This is so specific. I'm gonna choose to believe it."
Why do Nigerians have that reputation? Just a little scam shit?
I just thought they need money, man. They're the sixth populous country in the world, man. There's too many of them. There's way too many of them. And there's not enough funds going around.
But does that same rep hit Britain as well, or no?
Not as much as here. No one there as much as here, but I would say...
Why do we have it?
I would say it's like attribute because we're Nigerian. It's just it's gonna follow us.
We fall for the stats.
Yeah, facts. The UK are switched up. We're switched on. Yeah. We're acclimatized. We were scamming in the 90s.
We fell for it. So we're like, they're bad people. Take advantage of us. Oh, that's a good ass point. Shit. Yo, here's a question. Are there black people in the UK that are just black people?
Meaning?
Like, you're African, you're Nigerian. Everybody leads with the ethnicity.
You are nationalities before you are a race.
Yeah.
Typically.
Like, you know, in America, we got black people.
Yeah.
But you would never say I'm black first, right?
I mean,
You'd be like, I'm Nigerian.
No, I said black.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The subsectors is just among black people.
Yeah. Yes. Fact.
Yeah.
Oh, so the whites out there just see you as black. They're not like, oh, he's Nigerian, he's Jamaican, he's...
They are a bit, but like not on like first introduction.
Yeah.
What do they say on first?
No, first introduction is just black. Black is black.
They say what they see.
Yeah.
Personally, I have not even watched the full podcast because the little clips that I'm seeing circulating on TikTok doesn't make sense. I don't like watching something that'll make me pissed. I don't like watching something that's going to mess up my day, right? So I've not really sat down to watch the full podcast because I just feel like the small clips that I'm seeing, it doesn't make sense. With these few clips that is going up again on TikTok, people are still talking. People are very disappointed at them. The ones that are not disappointed are not disappointed. The ones that are like, they knew what they were doing and the apology video was just staged or something, that they were not really apologetic, and then they were kind of not even specifically saying they apologized to Black women. They were just saying that we apologize to the community, right? And there's some people that were also coming to say that, don't we know that they like white women and all of that? People like me that I don't really follow their content. I don't subscribe to them on YouTube, and I don't even follow them on TikTok, right? I just kind of see their posts, and what I see them as podcast guys that, read tweets and laugh. They read Reddit stories, they laugh about it, and I don't really binge their content, and I just few of their content I'll just watch, and I can't really say much about them. I only know that I know these people. I do see their content. So, but some people that really watch them back to back, that they subscribe to them on YouTube, they're like, the small clips that we're seeing on TikTok doesn't show the kind of person that they are. That if we really watch the full podcast that they do, we will know the kind of people that they are, and we're not going to be pissed off by what they do. They deleted over 100 of their videos on YouTube. Why? Let me show you some videos and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
I just saw the fucking clip. I'll have to tag it in the caption because I don't want to do the full green screen. Someone already did it. So, same episode. First, they started off with, how do you pronounce Fuhad's name? Fuhad or Fuhad? The Nigerian way, how do you pronounce it? It's like my name. I say Odion, but it's really Odion, but not many people can do it like that. Anyway, so it starts there. Then Andrew Schulz starts laughing. He says something. Then he goes, oh, because you're an Igbo man. And then Fuhad was like, I'm Yoruba. And they're like, oh, so there's Yoruba, Igbo, and what's the third one? Hausa? He said, yes. He said, which one of them are the smartest? And Fuhad said Yoruba. And then they said, who's the laziest? Who's this? I don't know if he responded to that. I don't remember. But the fact that he mentioned the 3 tribes of your country and said which one of them is the smartest. And the fact that you answered that fucking question. Wow. Then who is the Indian bitch sitting next to Andrew? Who is that Indian bitch? Because him too needs to get his fucking lickings. I don't know his fucking name. But he also needs to get his feet put to the fire. Because he was like, oh, I know with my dad said this very specific thing. And he was like, there's 2 people you don't do business with. One is Nigerians and second is Malis. I think that's the word he said, but basically Muslim people. And he was like, it was so specific that I believe it's true. I believe my dad, whatever. And I'm like, oh, great. And again, Dumb and Dumber over there laughing. Fuhad is talking about, because then they ask, why is that the stereotype that Nigerians are scammers? And then Fuhad is going into, there's too many people, there's too many people in the country, not enough money to go around. Why are you answering that question? As a Nigerian man, they ask you, why is there a stereotype of Nigerian being scammers, and you are giving them more fuel to their fire? Why the fuck are you answering that fucking question? So now, they can't speak up when it's about Black women, but now they're talking about your people specifically. I gotta clean my nails because I was scratching my scalp. And you still was over there laughing. Hee hee ha ha, like shit was fucking funny. Once again, the iceberg is getting bigger. Tip of the iceberg, there's no baddies in Atlanta. They come to the Flagrant podcast, it gets bigger. Andrew disrespects black women, they sit and cackle, it gets bigger. And then they disrespects them two guys on the show, disrespects Nigerians, the iceberg gets bigger. And now there's a clip, which I put on my second page. There's a clip of an episode, because it was posted on the Reddit, the Shits and Gigs Reddit, of Fuhad telling the story about how he was with some white bitch, and then the white British bitch, was like, oh, I really want biracial babies. Then, I don't know, there was some black woman on the TV, and she was like, I wish I was black. And then James turns around and says, oh, well, first of all, if you were black, you wouldn't get black men anyway. And what is Fuhad doing? Mouth unhinged like a fucking snake. And then Fuhad, continues, because they, again, talk about the biracial thing. Then he said, well, clearly it didn't really bother me because I fucked her. I fucked her before and then I fucked her after it. I know what you are. I know what you are. You see how a small comment, again, like an iceberg, the tip of the iceberg that's above the water. But when you go deeper, that iceberg gets bigger. You laughing about someone disrespecting black women in general. And now you're laughing about people disrespecting your fucking people, Nigerians. You black Brits that like to be like, well, I'm not black American. At least I know where I'm from. I'm African, I'm Jamaican, I'm Caribbean. Here you are, a whole ass African man. You sat there while that white man disrespected your culture and brought up a very harmful stereotype about Nigerians being scammers. And you entertained it. You not even took the bait, you entertained it and you added more to it. First of all, if I'm telling you what tribe I'm from, and then he mentions the 3 biggest tribes, because there is like a lot in Nigeria, then his next question is, which one of them is the smartest? I'm like, what do you mean by that? Why'd you say that? Like, why, like, excuse me? Because that's just not fucking funny. I would not answer the fucking question. Everyone is smart. Anybody from any tribe, from anywhere, is smart. Go watch the clip and see if we can point out the fight or flight response. Because me personally, if you say some shit about Nigerians, who's the smartest? Oh. I might not say, yo, that's fucking racist, that's whatever. I most likely will say it. But if I don't, I might freeze. I might be like, oh, we're not doing that. No, I will not entertain that. Because I've had people say things about Nigerians and, oh, Nigerian scammers. And, well, if it's like my friends and we Nigerians, we joke about the shit. But if you, who is not a friend of mine, who is not in that community, wants to bring that shit up, if anything, you're not African bringing that shit up. Because, like, listen, me and like, yeah, she's Ghanaian, and we joke back and forth. Like, I joke about the eggs thing, she joke about the scammers thing and Nigerian men, and that's jokes, we're friends. We obviously understand that we don't fully believe that shit, but it's funny. Here you are, imagine a white bitch coming to my fucking face and try to ask me about the tribes and then say, which one of them is smarter? And I know for a fact a Nigerian woman wouldn't have even taken the bait. They most likely would not take the bait. But you, because James, I think he's Trini, his dad's Trini, his mom is Irish, whatever. But you, the full-blooded, dark-skinned Nigerian man, Yoruba man, sat there while they disrespected your country, your culture, just straight disrespected you. Nasty work.
I think one of the craziest things about the whole James, Fuhad, Andrew Schulz podcast episode is the fact that they're continually there sitting as this man who emphasizes his obsession with race, particularly with black people, and enforcing negative stereotypes, literally insults them to their face. Like, at some point in the podcast, I think Andrew said something about them being double slaves or something along those lines. It was so freaking weird. And most of the time that they were laughing at all the jokes when clearly it's not something funny. Like, I don't care if I was invited onto this podcast. I'm swinging hands with the host because that's really freaking weird. And to think that Fuhad is Nigerian, sitting there enforcing negative stereotypes, the same negative stereotypes that keeps Nigeria divided as a nation to this day, of which you're not suffering the consequences because you don't live there, nor do you go back there anytime ever. Like, how is this man going to sit up in their face and be like, okay, who are the lazy Nigerians? Who are the scammers? And you can clearly see the tribalism that is being exuded by Fuhad. So it's like this thing where, well, you know, the Yorubas, we're not the scammers, it's the Igbos, or, you know, the Hausa people are lazy. It's like, get a grip. You don't know anything about Nigeria, clearly. What I would have responded is, no, actually, none of us are, you know, in tune with any of those stereotypes that you're talking about, but, you know, Nigeria is great, and that's that. Like, these people didn't even want to pronounce Fuhad's name the way that it's meant to be pronounced. And none of this shocks me because they have a very long history, Fuhad and James, of saying very problematic things and, you know, being very misogynistic on their Shits and Gigs podcast. But I guess this was their downfall finally. Apparently, they have deleted over 100 episodes on their podcast channel, and they did make an apology, which is now deleted. And in that entire apology, there is not a single ounce of accountability for any of their actions. So yeah, another one bites the dust again. Thank God. The whole podcast episode was a hot mess.
Do you know what I find so funny about this whole, like, Shits and Gigs, James and Fuhad situation, yeah? And mind you, I'm so glad. I mean, I've never gassed a man with a mic. Like, I don't listen to men on podcasts because I genuinely don't believe that a man in front of a mic has anything relevant to say that will add any kind of value to my life. And so, you know, this is really a water off my back anyway. But what I find so funny is just how unoriginal this whole situation is. Like, colour me blind, two black men go on a podcast and are found or exposed to be talking shit about black women, go on some white man's podcast and also allow him to talk shit about black women or run disrespectful jokes about black women. Like, boring, yawning, tired. Like, give me some new material. Like, it's so unoriginal at this point. Do you know what I mean? It's like talking shit about black women is like some kind of rite of passage for loser men. And the reason that it's such a rite of passage is because so many of you losers eat that shit up. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, this type of content, it is so popular amongst people whose cerebrums are underdeveloped, whose frontal lobes are poisoned with misogyny, right? Who hide behind false narratives of preference and nonsensical idiocracy like that. And it's just like, you know, if somebody needs to go viral on social media, or whether it's on Twitter, on a podcast, on TikTok, all you need to do is talk shit about black women. Like, in an economy where the housing market is in dire straits, at least black women will always be winning because we occupy real estate in your underdeveloped frontal lobes. We occupy real estate in those craniums that are filled with nothing, yeah, but idiocracy and tomfoolery. And so it's just like, it at this point, like, I mean, I didn't even watch any of those clips in full because, again, I don't watch their podcast. I saw what I needed to see. I didn't need to do any more deep searching, deep diving. Once I saw the little bit that I saw, I was like, oh, okay, it's two black men going on a podcast to talk shit about black women. Wow, I'm so shocked. I am so surprised. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so over it at this point. Like, as a black woman, like, I feel like you get to a point, yeah, where you're just like, look, at the end of the day, the self-hate and the misogyny, whether it's self-hate from a black man or just downright racism from a non-black man, I'm just like, ugh. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, it's so unoriginal. It's just like, what a loser you are. What a loser you are. Loser. Like, please, it will be these lot today, and then in 2 to 3 weeks, it will be some other stupid YouTuber, podcaster, Twitterer, TikToker coming out with tweets from 2013 about how he was saying, mad shit about dark-skinned black women wearing brightly coloured lipstick, or how black women are like the least desirable, or something about BBLs or some rubbish shit like that. It's just like, ugh, keep it moving, please.
I beg your finest pardon. I beg your finest pardon. Fuhad, forget Jace, forget this milk, whatever over here. Fuhad, come here. Come here. I'm not done with you. Yo, I thought we were done with this, but it gets worse. I just seen another clip of the same podcast from hell. Please, Nigerians that are in my comments defending this shit, come and listen to your brother. Come.
I think it would be Fuhad. No, they're Fuhad. Fuhad. And what do you think Americans do pronounce it? Yes. I have to be respectful. It's my evil brother right here. I'm Yoruba, actually. I know it's Yoruba. He's like 50-50. No. It was three. What is it? Yoruba, Igbo, and then Hausa. Yeah. What's the one? Who are the smart ones? I would say Yoruba. And then who are like the conniving ones? I can't speak on that. Can I speak on that? And then that's all you need to know. That's right. Yoruba is like, we're educated, we're going to school. The Hausa are the lazy ones, according to you. And then, and then what was it? And then Igbo is what? They're the ones that are always, they got the scams. They're the greatest scammers in history. According to you, bro. There's no truth to this at all? What is the stereotype? We're just speaking about like stereotypes. I would say stereotypically, Nigerians as a whole are scammers. Can I say?
Y'all might as well go ahead and pack it up, because it's two people that you don't disrespect on this app. Let me tell you who. It's black women and Nigerians. Do you understand it's done for you? Like, Y'all know Nigerians are reckless with their mouth. Fuhad, you as a Nigerian man, you sat there and let this Claire person talk about the stereotypes of Nigerians. Nigeria, by the way, who's one of the richest countries in Africa. Nigerians, by the way, who are one of the most successful black people in the diaspora. Anywhere you look, right? Then he had the audacity to talk about Igbos. I'm Igbo, so hold on. What do you mean that we're mostly scammers? Quickly. Nigerians, gather here. Let's understand what's going on. Please, I need to understand. Just pack up the mics. It's done. Nigerians are on my comments talking about, you guys just get over it. Hey, now that he has talked about you, now what? Y'all come on, explain yourselves. Nigerians in my comments that were saying we should get over it, that it's not that deep. What will you have to say about this one now? Okay. Anyways, you guys be safe. Because there's no F that apology. We never took it anyway, but apparently they literally let this Claire person drag who they are as people for, I don't even know if it was an hour. There were so many opportunities for you to say, that's not true. Or he said, well, that's your opinion to you. No, if somebody says that you're a thief and you're not a thief, you will say, I'm not a thief. So if somebody is coming to insult you, Fuhad, if somebody is coming here to insult you and say that your people are scammers, shouldn't you say, no, we're not?
My dad told me one time, and this was so specific, I didn't even think it was racist. He goes, let me tell you the two people you don't do business with ever. Nigerians and Ismailis. He didn't say black people and Muslims. He said Nigerians and Ismail, which is like the smallest sect of Islam. He was like, never trust them as far as you can throw them. What's going on? This is so specific. I'm going to choose to believe it.
Why do Nigerians have that reputation? Just a little scam shit? I thought they need money, man. They're the sixth populous country in the world, man. There's too many of them. There's way too many of them. There's not enough funds going around. But does that same rep hit Britain as well, or no? Not as much. No one as much as here, but I would say. Why do we have it? I would say it's like actually because we're Nigerian. It's just it's gonna follow us.
They're finished. The worst people that you can talk about is Nigerians. I'm so sorry for. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. You have the day that you deserve. Bye. And I would like to add this because it seems like we have to fact check people on the internet now. If you're looking for the hardest working Nigerian person, it's an Igbo person. So don't you ever open your dirty, stinking mouth and say that Igbo people are scammers. We work for our money. That's insane. I don't need to see no more. It's okay. It's okay. I don't want to see any more again. I don't want to see any more. Please. I don't want to see.
So apparently some black men are mad at black women for canceling James and Fuhad because they think that we're mad because of their preference. Nobody gives a fuck about your preference. Nobody cares where you want to stick that little dangling. Okay? Your self-hate is yours and yours alone. Who y'all should be mad at, who you as black men should be mad at, is Andrew Schulz. Him. Because he saw two black men outpacing him. And he decided, I'm going to set a fucking trap for these niggas. I'm going to set a trap. Because unlike James and Fuhad, he acknowledges that their demographic, their audience, all their viewers, all their support is coming from black women. Black women who never noticed them when they were being anti-black. We noticed them after the reconstruction of their podcast. That's when we noticed them. So Andrew Schulz acknowledges that their core fan base were black women. And he said, I'm going to go ahead and take that off of them. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. He made it a point to disrespect black people at every fucking opportunity he got on that goddamn podcast. And all they did was sit there because it was just so fucking funny. He said, who's better, black women or white? And they threw their head back in laughter. And mind you, this is after he asked them, which Africans are lazy? And all he could say was, according to you. Now, I'm not going to say that as a black man, you should get up and punch him in his fucking mouth. I'm not going to say that. But I would have got up and walked the fuck away. Me and my baby daddy don't even get along. And only I could disrespect him. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? People have an issue with that with me. They're like, oh, but didn't this happen with you and your baby daddy? Okay, but, that's not, you know what I'm saying? So if me, who is beefing with somebody, can still, stand in the gap because we share things. You know what I'm saying? So y'all mad at us. You need to be mad at Andrew Schulz, who saw two black men prospering and decided he was going to rip it away. Y'all need to know where to put the blame, because y'all over here defending Schulz, talking about he's a comedian and you black women just don't understand comedy because y'all don't have no humor. Y'all just want to be mad. Stupid.
I just looked at this James and Fuad situation again, and I'm like, why are people really mad at them?
One of the reasons I think people are offended is because that situation where somebody is mocking your family members, that they're basically laughing at your family members, right? Instead of you to now defend your family members, you now join the person that is mocking your own family members to mock your own family members, to laugh at your own family members. That's how it feels. Because he was hinting at it at first, the white guy. He was hinting at it. And then when he saw how receptive they were, he became so comfortable that he was able to make that statement. And they just opened their big death mouth and they were laughing. There are so many ways they could have gone about this. And one of the things that even pissed me off even more was when they were talking about Nigerians, and that black one, Fuhad, had foolishly opened his big mouth and said, Nigerians are scammers. And when you think of Nigerians, basically think of scammers. I'm like, how stupid. How stupid. It's giving slave trying to impress master. That's what it looks like. Because this white man that you're foolishly saying, Nigerians are basically scammers, he's not going to agree with you that his ancestors were rapists, that his ancestors went to African lands and plundered those lands, that his ancestors were cannibals that feasted on the flesh of African people. He's not going to do any of that. But look at you. with your full chest as big as you are, stupidly laughing at a joke, at something, at a diss that was targeted against your own people, and then opened your mouth to confirm your own prejudice against your own people. Meanwhile, the person sitting in your presence laughing at you, they don't shower. They stink. Why didn't you say that to him, in fact? When he had said what he said about black women and he was laughing, why didn't either of you tell him, well, white women don't shower either? They stink. Since it's a joke, let's joke that way. Since it's a joke, let's go there. Let's go down that route. But instead, they bent over backwards and were just kicking with him while he was being so blatantly racist.
I just looked at this James and Fuhad situation again, and I'm like, why are people really mad at them? When the people you should be mad at are Andrew Schulz and the other Indian guy that was with him. You think about it, who asked the questions? Who was the one instigating the whole situation? At the end of the day, of course, a lot of women are going to be disappointed because your expectations of James and Fuhad were, because they're black men and you are followers and fans of them, they should defend you guys, when really they're just reacting to the jokes that I said. And it is an awkward situation. That kind of situation, there's so many ways you could react. For example, you could attack Andrew Schultz back and say, yo, why are you talking like this to women? You could sit there and just try and be professional because, again, it is an awkward situation. You can fire jokes back at him. Everybody's different, and James and Fahad decided to just laugh and just sit there because I'm sure it was awkward. Now, again, you wish they handled it differently, but the main person you should be angry at, if you want to be angry, is the person that asked the question, Andrew Schultz, and that Indian guy. I was actually okay with the jokes in terms of, look, I know people are going to be ignorant all the time, and Andrew Schultz is actually a comedian that talks about various cultures if you watch his stuff. The only person I was actually angry at was that Indian fellow that said, my dad said I'll never do business with a Nigerian man. And I'm like, bro, of all people, you this Indian man that's talking, you people scam more than us with all your call centers, but you want to attack us. But it's okay. I don't think the backlash should be fully on them. Obviously, I wish they handled it better. But again, the real anger should be towards the people that were asking these questions.
I feel like what you're going to do now is they're going to stay off the internet for the things to die down. All I see is James and Fahad, and everybody's talking about it. So it is trending. Everybody's talking about it. For now, I don't think they want to post anything on their page. They want to just go off for a while. Then probably come back and try to be very careful about what they do or what they say. Last video, I'm going to put it in the description box in case you don't know what we're talking about. I'm going to put the description box, so go and watch and know how it all started and all of that. Some people in the comment section came for me and be like, what I was speculating was not true and everything. Well, it is just my own opinion. It's what I think because I don't really watch them like that. But then I also think that Andrew knew what he was doing. You know, you just want to get some words out of their mouth. And even them, they knew what was going on at that point. But they were like, trying to be careful. That is what I sensed, right? They're trying to be careful. They don't want to offend anybody. But then they still had to show their other side. You know, they knew that it was being recorded. They knew all these things. But then the way these guys laughed, because that is what they are known for in their podcast, laughing. They read something, like they just read something on the Twitter and laugh. They just say something, they laugh. So that is exactly what they did. They laughed out loud because they find it funny. And I don't get it. You as a Nigerian person, you're black, you have a black mom and a black dad, you are even black, and they are saying some things about your people and you are laughing. I don't get it. And yes, Andrew knew that it was going to get some things out of them. He just wanted to, flow, and they were the perfect set of people. I saw a video of somebody saying that she didn't really watch Andrew podcast or anything, but she kind of knows that he talks down on black people. So if she's kind of person that doesn't watch and you got invited to a podcast of Andrew, you want to go and check his page and go and check what he does or the kind of interview he does, whatever he talks about, you should have known that he's that kind of person and you should have been prepared with your response or what you're going to take or don't take. So this apology thing, to me, I just feel like it is staged. And I'll still stand by what I said the last time. I feel like it is staged, they're not really that sorry, and it is just who they are. And we black women should just realize that a lot of people are not going to like us, and it's fine. And also not trusting this our men, because they're not going to stand by us no matter what. And this is not all about preference. You can state your preference and say, oh, I like this set of race, I don't like this set of race. And if you notice, when black men tell you, when you ask a black man that is with a white woman, and like, why are you with this woman? Why do you like white women? They tell you what they hate about black women. They don't tell you what they like about white women. You see them now telling you what they don't like about black women. Oh, one thing I like about my wife is like she doesn't do like what black women like. They will always talk about black women, why they do not like black women, why they are passport bros, why they do all of that. So it is normal. It is something we see all the time, and we're going to see more of it. So let's get prepared, to be honest. And the old Nigerian tribe, who is the smartest, da 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 da. So maybe probably he picked his own tribe. He said his tribe are the smartest, and probably the Hausa. So he's saying the Igbos are not smart. I feel like this kind of conversation, if you are having this conversation with a Nigerian person, maybe it will not, there will not be any side eye, but you're having it with a white man that is trying to bring down those kind of people. And he was even talking about scammers and all of that. It makes me remember a video that went viral in Nigeria. There's a Nigerian guy that went to the UK, and they kind of interviewed him, and they were like, what do you think about a lot of Nigerians that are migrating to the UK? And he started talking. He was like, a lot of people that are coming are not coming for school. He started saying so many things that he wasn't supposed to say. A lot of people that are coming are not coming for school. People just want to leave the country because the country is messed up. People are tired. In fact, some people even go ahead to marry, and they're not even in love with those people. They just marry because of the passports. He was just saying so many things. And a wise man was asking that question. I was just talking. He was just talking. These are the things that, like, I just feel like sometimes use your head, right? If you're having this kind of conversation with your fellow Nigerian person, we understand each other. But then you're having it with somebody that clearly does not even like you, and you're coming to their country, and they're kind of whining you, like they're whining your head, trying to get words out of your mouth, and you're actually opening the door for them and telling them this guy he came back to Nigeria. I think they brought him back to Nigeria. I don't know. But he had to leave the internet because a lot of people were pissed at him. You know that this person does not like this set of people. And he's saying things to bring words out of your mouth. And you are also allowing it. You are laughing. It's annoying. To be honest, it's very annoying. But then, this might be the last time I'll talk about this. If I keep seeing posts like this on my For You page, I will swipe fast. What is your take on this? Let me know your thought in the comment section. And yeah, do you still watch them? Are you still interested in watching them? Let us know down in the comment section. And thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and please subscribe and like and share, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.